Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, wherever you're watching from. If this is your first time watching, Sylvia the nurse. In this platform, we were sharing about the nursing career, information about nursing. That is the nursing in Kenya and nursing internationally. So in the previous video, I had shared the requirements for nursing, both diploma and certificate. And we are specifically handling the requirements for Kenya Medical Training College because that is where I went for my nursing studies. That's why I'm handling for Kmtc because at least I'm sure of the information I'm giving out. So as I had promised in the previous video that I'll be sharing on when to make this application, through which body, is it Kmtc or there is another body. So here I am to share the information. Previously, Kmtc used to do the placement, but as per now, currently, there's another body by the name KUCCPS, Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Service, that does the placement both in universities, colleges, and currently Kmtc. Yeah, the body took over from Kmtc back in I think 2014, 2015 there, because I remember we were the second slot to be placed by KUCCPS in Kmtc. There was a first slot. There was some pull and push before the agreement, but currently they agreed and they handed over the role to KUCCPS. So the applications are done by KUCCPS. Don't confuse that. Because as for me, I did the application in 2014. I did the application through Kmtc, and it happened that I was supposed to do the application through KUCCPS. So I had to wait for another year because the deadline was due and I could not reapply again. So I had to wait for another year to do the application through KUCCPS. So I'm here to save you from that confusion. You don't face the same as I did. So the applications are done through KUCCPS. And this application, we have the March intake and the September intake. The September intakes are usually, you should be checking each and every time, because sometimes the advert for application, they keep changing. Sometimes maybe in July, sometimes in September. Yeah, the applications keep changing. Sorry for that. The application keep changing, application dates keep changing. So I might tell you the September intake is in July, and maybe they change to August. So at least you keep checking their website, the KUCCPS website, if there are any adverts for application. But mostly September intake is usually in July. Like the last recruitment, the deadline for application was in 4th August, which means the advertisement for application was done in July. So at least you keep checking their website for any adverts for application. Then March intake, it's in January. I believe if it's March intake, at least they give some 2 months or one month and some weeks for the application and the selection. Same to September. July, at least they give some 1 month and some weeks for selection. So at least a minimum of 1 month. So most probably if the intake is in March, the advert is done in either early February or late January. If the intake is September intake, the advert for application is in either late July, yeah, like that, July onwards, March onwards. So at least the best way I can advise you to not to be late with the adverts, at least you keep checking their website.